Volunteers are such an important part of the fabric of the City of Hot Springs, and with me today is James Frierson, who is a longtime volunteer and a member of an advisory committee with the City of Hot Springs. Welcome, James.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so good to have you here, and this is something that we've never done to bring to the public's attention the role that citizens play in local government by advising the city on very important issues. Here we are in Entergy Park, which is one of your favorite places.
Yes, I like this park.
So that might give us all a clue as to what advisory committee you serve on.
Yes. Parks and it used to be Parks and Recreation, but now it's Parks and Trails Advisory Committee.
Yes, so you serve on the Parks and Trails Advisory Committee. It's a title we're still all getting used to.
Yes, me too.
And you've done so for a number of years.
Yes, I've been with the Parks and Trails Advisory Committee for over 12 years. I started in 2003, and it's a very active board, and I really enjoy volunteering for this board.
Now tell us a little bit about you, about your background, James.
Ooh, my background. I'm employed with CenterPoint Energy. I've been with CenterPoint Energy for over 35 years. My job responsibility is in the safety field. I work with our employees on safety, making sure that they follow safety rules, and also making sure that safety is the foremost important part of not only our customers but our employees as well. I've been with, and I'm also responsible for the state of Arkansas and Oklahoma. In addition to that, I am also a local pastor in Malvern, Arkansas. I've been pastoring the church for over 3 years, so pretty busy.
Sounds like it, but despite being busy and wearing those different hats, you still find time to volunteer.
Yes, I do.
Why is that important to you?
Well, it's important to me because I believe that for much is given, much is required. I think that if you're going to live in the community, you need to be a part of the community. It takes as a cliche I used to hear all the time, it takes a village, and I feel like that in order for our city to prosper, it's going to take everybody's input and everybody's help.
And there's different terms for it: citizen involvement, citizen engagement.
Yes.
But without citizens, there is no city government.
That's right. That's my belief.
So let's go into a little bit more in depth into the kinds of decisions that you have to make, the issues that you have to study as a member of the Parks and Trails Advisory Committee.
Well, with the Parks and Trails Committee, we really just make recommendations. We meet once a month. We get with Ms. Jean Wallace, who's the director over Parks and Trails. We get with her once a month, and we listen to the upcoming events that her staff is getting ready to implement, or at least try to implement, and we kind of listen to it and give, since we're in the community, and the board is made up of different members from different parts of the city, we listen to her committee's upcoming events, and then we make recommendations to the city board.
So those
who finally makes the decisions.
So those recommendations become very important for the city board to consider as they make those decisions.
Yes.
I can imagine that each of the advisory board members have something to bring to the table, their experience, their expertise, their background.
Yes. We come from, I guess, if I could use a good word, smorgasbord of different backgrounds. We come from a lot of different job and also retirees. So it takes everyone, and we really got a very active board. Yes.
Well, if you can think back, of the years that you've been serving on this advisory committee, of some of the important issues that you had to study.
Some of the issues that comes to my mind is, and it really makes me proud when I go and look on Valley Street and see the skateboard facility that's been set up for our young people to work in, and especially since I'm in safety, they're in a safe environment now. Not only that, but we also have the Hot Springs green trails that we've been working on and presently still working on. but it's coming along. And we this beautiful park here, Entergy Park, one of my favorite parks. It's a place where you can come. I bring my grandson here. He enjoys playing with the equipment, and he gets to run out here and open his lungs up and breathe fresh air. And also, we some other things that we've done since I've been on the committees. We've and myself with the staff and the advisory board, we've helped to make repairs to the restrooms, and I think it's Family Park and also Baseball Trail Park. So we've done quite a bit since we've been on this board.
Well, you have
as a
quite a
group.
few parks.
Yes.
To be looking at and considering improvements for.
Yes.
Well, it sounds to me that this is it's a very personal thing.
Yes.
You're volunteering on the committee, and you can see tangible results that change lives.
Yes. Well, when our young people now are locked in the house with game boards and things like that, it's important for them to get out and get some physical exercise. And just knowing that you're responsible for at least making this possible brings me great joy.
Well, I can see that, and it's wonderful that there are people like you that love what they do, you know, being a part of city decision making that benefits all of us, citizens and visitors alike. So we thank you for your service, and we also remind you folks watching this segment that there are often opportunities, there are openings on a variety of advisory committees, so there's kind of something for everyone.
Yes, it is. And I would like to just kind of close with just saying that the staff that we work with, Jane Wallace and her staff, they do an impeccable job of making sure that they are managing their dollars well, and very open for our suggestion. And I think they have a passion for it, not only her, but the employees who work with her. So it makes it easy to work on a board like this.
Well, that's refreshing to hear.
Yes.
You know, because good stewardship of our taxpayer dollars is so important when there's much to maintain, and of course plans to expand.
Yes.
And as Gene will often say, to the lake with that Greenway Trail, right?
That's right.
And you're going to be
get
there every step of the way.
Yes, we're going to get there.
Thank you, James, for
Thank
joining
you.
us today. We appreciate your giving us a glimpse of what it's like to volunteer on a city advisory committee. You can always contact us at the City of Hot Springs if you'd like to volunteer on one of those boards or commissions. It's such important work and very rewarding. Next week, we'll bring you more city news.